Here we are. Welcome everyone to Wednesday's live. Let me turn this music off. There we go. Welcome, welcome. We're back. It's Wednesday. Happy New Year. We're in the year of this fire horse. How exciting. Fasten your seatbelts, right? So tonight we have some great things planned for you. We'll be doing a live Q&A as well. And three reasons you might be here or following this channel is one, maybe you're a light worker, an advanced healer who is in hiding, or maybe you want to learn the deeper architecture of how we are being controlled on this planet. So that's a big thing that we'll be talking about or talk about on this channel. And maybe you're a truth seeker. We calibrate everything here. So that's really how you know what's true and what's not true, at least in my world. And yeah, so maybe that's why you're here. All right, welcome. Let's see who's in the house. I felt a little tattered tonight. I was almost ready, and then I realized, oh my God, I have to dry my hair. Oh, so much to do. All right, well, welcome, people. We have some of our regulars. Welcome, Sandy. She's from Hawaii, and we have Colorado. We have Colorado. Huh? Who else we have here? And everybody checking in. We also have Instagram. Who? Let's see what happened over on Instagram. There they are. Okay. So they're showing up there. So if you want to put in a question or a comment in Instagram, I think you have to like or follow or something along those lines. And last but not least, I always forget to do my live camera for my team. So let me just do that 1 second. Oops, turn it the other way around. Hang on. It's backwards. Appreciate your patience. Hang on. There we go. Okay, there. Now we can get that going as well. All right. So welcome. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about tonight. We have been stepping into some new energies with this new year. And some of the things that have been showing up over the last week, especially as I've been working with clients, what's showing up, there is a great deal of energy where people are really stepping into the places where their feminine energy has been pushed down, hidden, and the like, and new levels of so one of the things that we check when I'm working with clients is I want to make sure that you're in your feminine 100%, as well as your masculine. Those both need to be fully embodied. And not only 100% in our body, but also in every chakra. So every chakra, every one of those energy centers processes different kinds of energy. And so they not only need to be activated in all of those chakras, but then we also go deeper by making sure that they're communicating and cooperating together in all of those chakras. So that's kind of a deep dive. One of the things that we do when I work with private clients. So we've been noticing how much there has been this infiltration of the dark side. They don't want this heart energy to be activated on the planet. It's like kryptonite to them, right? So that's a big thing that I've noticed. Another thing that I noticed, especially when I was working out, so that would be another reason why you might want to be following this channel, all things longevity. So my biological age is 57, but my chronological age is 70. So if you're wondering how I do that, stay tuned. We talk a lot about longevity. So one of the things I was noticing when I was working out today is just sort of a little deeper insight into me and some of my personal things that I work on is I work on making sure that the collagen and elastin, especially in this area, is at 100%. And so I noticed that these are a couple places I have to keep track of here, and under the arms, right? Like that's one of those tricky areas as you get older. So these are all governed by programs by the dark side that wants to make sure that your physiology is plugged into this aging program. And so and this is kind of some of the information I'm revealing is more for you advanced healers. Like some of you already are practicing my system that's outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So a lot of you are already practicing this system. And so when I'm telling you some of these things, you just know how to kind of plug in, or you're dialed into what I'm saying. So a couple of the places that I was noticing was that there was massive amounts of these black boxes, which more recently is being revealed that it's less of an infiltration, all of these black boxes, and more of an indication that we're diving deeper and deeper. So you can't expand outward in your expansion, growth, evolution in this upward ascension unless you go deep inward. And so the deeper you're going inward, the more you're going to be able to expand. So these black boxes are revealed at the deeper layers. And these are, it was initially thought that it was just the dark side with these control mechanisms. But recently, a client that I've been working with in India for a couple years was revealing that the thing that was revealed to her is that these black boxes are more like little pockets of old programs and maybe karmic energies and beliefs and those kinds of filters. So those when we find those black boxes, we're really releasing these deeper pockets of energies that have been controlling this, that have been keeping us in those deeper mechanisms of aging. And that's a big one, or keeping our feminine energy pushed down, or uh, how we relate to other people, especially in relationships. So, all of those things are in these deeper layers of these programs of how they've been wanting us to operate on the planet. And so I was noticing when I was clearing these energies, and especially the other place that I work on is this belly fat. Uh, Everybody thinks, oh, that's just hormones, or it's just an aging thing, or whatever it is. It's lots of things. It's not just one specific thing. But I'm focusing on the energy. What are the energetic reasons for these things? And so I noticed that because I hadn't worked on it in a while energetically, um, is that there were, I think there were like 50 of these black boxes at the root chakra and at the crown. So those are two controlling mechanisms that this is all part of the architecture where they're trying to control you top and bottom with these aging programs, that this is what happens when you get older and you can't do anything about it. And so a lot of it had to do with feeling powerless over these energies. So I thought that was pretty fascinating as I was working out this morning. A couple of other things I wanted to talk about was this: how can you tell if you're being infiltrated, or is that stuff leaving? And so that ties into what I was talking before about these black boxes. So you can always ask. Now, if you're dialed into truth, you'll get a yes or a no. That's what I'm been encouraging all of you to do for some time, is learn how to calibrate, learn how to get your yes or no. And so this is one of the things you can check. When you find these black boxes, is this a deeper layer that is being revealed, that is coming up and out for clearing? Or is this a new infiltration by the dark side that's meant to control you? You can get a yes or a no. And I've been finding more recently that these are the energies that are leaving. So that's the good news. That's the good news. I'm actually very excited about the future. I know a lot of people are very scared. And that's one of the things that was being directed for me tonight. You know, I don't consider myself a channel, but Spirit was saying to give all of you a channeled message. So I don't, I don't like channel people. I'm not like a typical channeler. I don't consider myself a channeler, but I work with a lot of energies in the spiritual realm. And there are about 40 of them. So I don't call on anyone in particular, but they show up. Sometimes a particular one will show up, but I'm not attached to who's here and who's not here. I'm just paying attention to what's coming through. It's usually not me. So uh, that's what I wanted to do tonight, as well as to share a channeled message, because I see a lot of you out here who are really afraid of the future. You don't see any hope when you're, online and looking at all of this stuff. And if you're getting your news out there, it can be pretty depressing. As a matter of fact, this weekend is the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles. I live about an hour and a half south of LA, but I'm not going to go this year. It just feels like there's too many people that have been infiltrated, and it's a pretty dark. It's a lot of darkness there. I call it the Unconscious Life Expo. If you are going, however, there's three people that I would recommend that you listen to and maybe follow. So one would be my mentor. He's going to be there, Mas Sajadi or Masadi, and he's had several near-death experiences and really helps to elevate you into these higher frequencies and exponential intelligence. Uh, so he's one that I would recommend. A second one would be Elizabeth April. She is a remote viewer and has a lot of really good information because she doesn't listen to anybody else. She's just her own person. She's not influenced by others. And she's kind of gone in and out of being influenced by the dark side, but she's pretty stable right now. Yes. Okay. Just making sure she's grounded. So, Elizabeth April is one that I would recommend. And then, let's do this here. Then one more would be Ishmael Perez, a galactic historian who wrote Our Cosmic Origins. And that was a great book that really helped to connect the dots. And so he is connected and gets direct messages from a galactic commander, Valiant Thor. I think that's what it is. That's his name, maybe. Anyway, he's definitely another bright one to follow. It's got a lot of deep information about what's going on behind the scenes with governments, etc. So if you're going to the Conscious Life Expo, those would be the three people I would recommend, highly recommend that you not miss. So there is that. One other thing I wanted to talk about tonight is three reasons you might be feeling tired. So, a lot of people are feeling really overwhelmed. We just went through a massive energetic shift into this new year. Venus is coming out of the underworld, out of retrograde. I believe she's been in retrograde for a while. And, I'm not really into astrology, but I certainly know that it's a powerful energies that influence us. And uh, as a matter of fact, at one of the last plant medicines ceremonies I did, it helped me release all of my programming around astrology, which is a fixed identity. And so we are more than our astrological charts. And while it is helpful, can be helpful information, certainly that's not all what we're about. So there's that. So three reasons you might be feeling tired. So number one is the dark side has been infiltrating with these energetic cords, usually right at the root chakra, because they know that that root chakra is the foundation for everything above it. And so they plug in there at the root chakra, and then they start pumping in the anger, rage, fury. And it's really uncomfortable. So often people will leave their bodies And I don't mean like like dying, although there's a lot of people like that. However, energetically, they kind of leave their bodies. They're attached by a very thin thread. Now, you can operate a body even if you're only 2 or 3% inhabiting your body energetically. A lot of people are only operating at 3%. So, for you, those of you who are going to be asking questions, or maybe you don't even know what to ask, you could just ask for a scan. Those are some of the things I'm going to be checking. Is have you been infiltrated by these dark side? So, if you've been infiltrated and they're pumping in all this angry energy, that angry energy is a lot of intense energies to manage and to try to control. So most people are trying to control their anger. It takes a lot of energy to do that, and that can leave you feeling very tired, very tired. And so that's one reason that you could be tired is this dark side infiltrating you with their angry energy. A very similar thing can happen as a number two with people that are courting to you. So often, there's a whole chapter in my book on courting and what it means or what will happen if people are courting to the various chakras. So if they're also infiltrating your energy field with their angry energy, that can leave you feeling tired because it's a really dense energy that you're trying to navigate and manage, and it can make you feel really exhausted. So that's another reason. And if they're, we'll call this a third reason, if they're plugged into your solar plexus, then they're going to affect your power center. That's your, like your engine, your motor. So if you have someone plugged into your solar plexus, they're trying to control what you do. So courting is a way that people will manipulate other people. It's they'll do that instead of using words. Instead of using their words, they'll energetically plug in maybe to your solar plexus because they want you to do something or they want you to stop doing something. So they plug in there with their energies and they'll try to manipulate you that way instead of telling you, can you stop doing that? or, um, I don't want you to go somewhere. Or, maybe you have a partner who they see you growing and evolving, and it scares them because you're moving so fast that they're like, "Whoa, are they gonna leave me behind? Let me plug in and slow them down a little bit." So, that's another reason that you can be feeling really tired. And, as a side note on sleep and, maybe you're not getting enough sleep, is you can always create an avatar that represents your sleep space. So this is one of the things that we, often do is we'll create an avatar, which an avatar is just, the image of a person. So this is the image that I like to use as an avatar. It's just the image of, like a person. And so then that person can represent anything. In the book, I tell you how to use it to represent a business or your relationship space, but you can also use it to represent your sleep space. You set your intentions in the rings, you run energy through it, like in the system outlines, and this way you can eliminate. Likely you have some fear in the space, maybe there's some infiltration, and clearing this space will help you have a better night's sleep, and thus you won't be so tired because you're going to get a good night's rest. Well, that's my spiel for tonight. I'm curious what is on your minds and what kind of questions you guys have. Uh, let's see what you guys have cooking up today. And let's see here. Welcome. Thank you. Florida, welcome. Alabama. Krita, welcome. What is it meant when you say in the book that you are 500 years in the future? And can we ask about that for myself? Yes. So this was a question I just asked. I asked my guides. I just had this inkling or idea that I had come from the future because I'm not worried about the future. And so to me, that is kind of like one reason I thought, well, maybe I know that in the future everything is fine. And so I'm not worried because I've already been there, come back to help navigate this where we are now. And so I got a yes that I was from 500 years in the future. And then I started noticing there are a lot of people uh, on that are on the ascension path that are also maybe light workers that are also from 500 years in the future. Now, I've also found people from even further in the future, like 1500 years. So that was fascinating. And so, Krita, are you from 500 years in the future? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. So that's likely why you are also here on the planet as a light worker, because you also know it turns out just fine. And you're here to help people navigate like, how do we get there? How do we make it so that we all are thriving in the future, which we will be, right? Thanks for asking. All right, Spumante. And so I know a lot of you come here every week, and so I would like to favor those who are new. So if I skip you, maybe I'll come back if we have more time. But let's go to Spumante. Could you please calibrate me for a frequency track by Peter Sage, Genesis to Alpha Neutral Conditioning? I am getting infinity, but would appreciate a sanity check. His frequency track vibes at 500. Let's see if there's something in you that needs to be cleared to make that higher. No. So it's just at 500, which means you'll like it, but it's not going to elevate your frequencies. So I am also a not Pandora. I have a Pandora channel that I've trained, and I will often keep pieces or music that vibes at 500 because I like it. And but if it's at infinity, that's really best. If it's at 250, it's got to go. Just saying. Okay, here's what's the spelling of your mentor's name? So yes, Masajady, so M-A-S, and then last name S-A-J-A-D-Y, I think, or is it E-D-Y? S-A-J, I think it's A-D-Y, or Masadi. Yes, thank you, Tara. Yes. Why, thank you, Sophia. I'm glad because I just had to get ready so fast. It's my first time joining. Well, thank you and welcome, Alma. Can I please get a scan? Well, great. Yes. Alma. Okay, let's see first. So the first thing I like to check is if you're grounded. So you're not grounded. You have no grounding cord, which is going to create a lot of anxiety in your body. You're only occupying your body. Remember, I talked about that a little bit before. You're only occupying your body 15%. Let's see what's kicking you up. In your root chakra, those cords I was talking about, you've got 20 of them. So that's pretty common. Those 20 cords will plug in. They'll start pumping in a lot of angry energy. So in your case, you have 50% anger, fury, which is anger, rage, 50%, and fury, also 50%. So those are all at 50%, which is why you're not in your body, only 3%. So that's a program. It lives in your root chakra. If you are an advanced healer and you wanted to clear that on your own. Another thing is that, let's see, you've only got 3 creative rings above your head. So that's kind of a basic minimum. but what's available is 100 rings before it breaks through to infinity. So that's a compression at your crown, chords, 50. Those are AI chords, so that's like the same ones that are plugged into your root chakra. They're also occupying your creative rings above your head so that you can't create everything that you really want. Uh, yeah, so they've kind of got you at both ends there. Let's see. And heart open 15%. So my guess is that you would respond really quickly to once these energies are cleared, that you'd be grounded, you'd have access to all of your creative rings, and you could start creating what you really desire. So for those of you who are here and getting a scan or you're new, on my website at kimberlysherry.com, which is also in the QR code if you're on YouTube, which, by the way, I always forget to say like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell notification so you know when we're live. I think that helps. Um, so there's a free meditation, 20-minute meditation, and there's an 8-minute version as well. This will help you clear these energies that I'm talking about. So now that you know where they are, when you do the meditation, then you can focus on those areas. So thanks for asking, Alma, and welcome. And Trish from Hamilton, New Zealand. Great. I love New Zealand. Well, I was thinking New Zealand. Well, that's right next to Australia. I love Australia. I haven't been to New Zealand. Okay, so Trish, is that asking for a scan? I'll keep going and then you can put it in if you do want to scan. Okay, so here's Jules wants to know if they're from the future and am I still on the path, like the ascension path? Well, you're not grounded. And are you from the future? I'm getting, just double checking, getting a no. So you're currently not grounded and also 3 rings. Heart open 15%. So that's kind of interesting that now we have 2 people that are like that same thing. So that makes me want to check if there's an infiltration in what I'm conveying. Let's see. Yes, there is. So that is when this would happen when I would do my assessments. There's like a report that I do, measure 150 calibrations, and there was a repeating thing. And then after a while, I would think that this can't be accurate. It can't be that like that. So that's when I would ask. So that makes me want to go back to the other person that I was getting the scan with. Let's recheck you, Alma. Well, so now you are grounded. And that could be because just bringing your attention to it has now you've tapped into your natural abilities and you've grounded yourself. So you are grounded. And you have 5 rings now. So there's still some energy going on above your crown, heart open 50%. So I think saying hello to some of these energies is helping open these up. Okay, Jules, from the future. Hang on. Yes. Okay, good. Now you're all going to be like, oh my God, I can't trust her. So this is all part of being honest and revealing, what's actually going on. Okay, so you are grounded, Jules, as well. And energy is really flowing really nicely. Heart open 100%. You have an infinite number of rings. You are from the future. Light worker, yes. Let me tell you what it is that you're working on. Sometimes that's helpful. In your root chakra at the second layer, there's fear. There's fear. This fear is preventing you from really stepping into your gifts. It is a fear of failure. Fear of failure is one fear. There's also a fear of doing enough. So there's probably this a little bit of this proving energy when we feel like we're not enough or um, that not enoughness is often stemming from a place where we feel like we have to prove something. For you, that started at the age of 5, and likely your dad is showing up as the one who influenced that need to want to try and prove that you're enough, that you're lovable, that you're a good, you know, good person, and um, so that becomes like a vicious circle because you're trying to prove something that's already true. So let me know if any of that tracks. All right, thanks, Jules. Okay, I will look at what is in the way of me being clear on my calibration. Okay, great. Are all the chats being seen? All the ones on YouTube are. I don't think the ones on the ones on Instagram are not being seen. Although I do have some questions over here, so this is good. Uh, let's see. I'll come back to Instagram in just a second. T-Bag, hello, Sherry, love your energy. May I be scanned? Okay, very excited. Thomas Iglesias Jr. All right, great. Yes. Let's see. Thomas, you are grounded. Great job. Got good earth energy. There's no worry circle. Heart's grounded. And your heart's open. Great. And you are giving and receiving. Heart's open 100%. So some people, they can have a big open heart, but it's only like a little trickle coming out. You've got a big open heart and the energy is flowing 100%. So that's great. Infinite number of rings. Let's see. Oversoul's connected. You're really looking great. So great. Let me tell you something that you're working on. Maybe that will be helpful. I mean, this can always be a good validation, but let's see what it is because you came here looking for something. Let's see. Yes. And so it's in your heart chakra. And this is part of the channeled message that was kind of coming through. Maybe it will be different when I do a channel message for everybody. But I noticed a lot of people coming here tonight that are working on the heart energy. So let's see. We've got this big open heart flowing, but there is 5 chords from maybe it's a past relationship or a relationship that doesn't feel solid anymore, or anyway, someone is courting to your heart with some angry energy. So maybe trying to make you feel like it's your fault, you're the one to blame. And let's see what else. There's maybe an old broken heart in there as well. So kind of operating from the rearview mirror. Yes. So let me know if that tracks. Yeah, there's a place where your heart doesn't, it feels a little powerless. Big open heart flowing, but there's something that makes you feel like maybe you can't quite call in your partner or your ideal partner, something along those lines. So let me know if that tracks, and thanks for joining us and asking, Thomas. Great. And Jules says what I told her before tracks, so that's good. Thank you. Not that I'm trying to be right. It's just helpful for other people to know that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a new person, Joshua. Oh, but it's Samantha. Okay, so that's a different. My name is Samantha, and I can't type my phone on. It's new. Can you do a scan of me? Okay, so yes. So Samantha, not grounded, not grounded, which would create a lot of anxiety in your field. Um, Okay, you have your divine goddess. Okay, well, great. I just was reading some of these other, you like hearing the positive messages. Okay, great. Um, okay, so we're back here with Samantha, who is not grounded. Um, Creative rings, you have no creative rings above your head. So you have this infiltration that is compressing top and bottom. And heart closed. So that's very common when the dark side has infiltrated into your field. And so when that heart gets closed, it's hard to connect with other people. It's hard to care about anything that's going on. And um, you might not only not care about other people, but maybe it's hard for you to care for yourself as well. So see if any of that tracks. Um, you're also working some energies in the heart as well. Uh, hmm, okay. Um, hmm, third layer, black boxes. You've got some of those controlling mechanisms in your heart chakra, and it puts a lot of rage in your heart, which would cause you to feel like it's your fault that like any of the problems you're having, this energy will also cause you to blame yourself. Like I must be doing something wrong. There must be something I could be doing better, or you know, when really that's just all these infiltrating energies that are not even yours. So that would be really helpful if you downloaded the free meditation and listen to that so you can focus on these areas that I mentioned and you could get back in your body, back on track. And that would be really good. Um, Excellent. Would love for you to do a scan on me, please. Okay, so Cheney Lewis. Um, Also not grounded. Uh, there's a lot of curses in your field as well. At your crown, that's also causing that compression at your feet, your top and bottom. So when you have a lot of these energies going on in your crown, and you can't expand your capacity of creative rings, you can't create what you desire. And these curses are what's making, let me see how to say this. These curses are controlling the outcome of your life. Like you're not sovereign over your life. You're not the boss of you. These curses and these controlling energies at your crown is what's controlling you. So that you would also be a good candidate to listen to that free meditation. So focus on especially the root chakra. Here's another thing that's causing you to be ungrounded, Cheney, is chords 50 right at that root chakra. So if you were on earlier when I was talking about these energy cords that infiltrate at the root chakra, that makes it really hard to function because it controls all the energies that are above it as well. So that would be really important for you to clear those energy cords. Now, we never cut cords. One of my most popular uh, YouTube videos is all about not cutting cords. It leaves residual energy. That also applies to these AI cords, which is ancient interference, not artificial intelligence. And so pulling those cords out, sending them back to where they belong will have a great influence on how your overall energy feels. Energy feels. um, that'll it affects your whole energy field as well. So that's I was trying to say two words at the same time. All right. Okay. I said I was going to go over to Instagram. And while I'm thinking about it, um, I wanted to let you know we have a retreat happening in Sedona in April, which I just feel filled the last spot today. So if you're interested in getting on the wait list, you can always email support@kimberlysherry.com, and we will make sure that you are among the first people. If there is some kind of a cancellation, which is not likely. The people who have been screened for this have seem like they're all good to go. But emergencies happen. You never know. Things can happen. So anyway, Danny D on over here on Instagram. I can't seem to tune into what my gifts or abilities are. What's the best way to do this? So, one, right at your sixth chakra, this is how you see the world, right? There's some chords in there, 50 AI chords. That's that ancient interference. And so when they're plugged into your sixth chakra like that, it's hard for you to see the world um, realistically. You see it through their filters. And so that's going to create some distortions, confusion. So that would be number one, clear your sixth chakra so that you can see more clearly. And then really it's a matter of just leaning into what you feel the most inclined to do, or what pulls you. A lot of people think in order to practice a gift that you have to know how to, I don't know, help people levitate from a table or something, crazy like that. Your gifts may be, maybe you just have a really great, you're a great listener, maybe that's your gift. And it doesn't have to be something metaphysical or something fantastic like that. Maybe you're a fantastic organizer and that's your gift, and you know how to really help other people get really organized in some way. There's lots of ways to lean into what it is that makes you happy, makes you feel excited, brings out some passion in your life. And so it's just a matter of leaning into all the different things that excite you. All right, here's Polka USA. I want to change the system, bring love and peace, and ignite millions of people on our planet. Well, that's great. That's a great thing. Here's another, this is not to rain on your parade. It's just to, I think, bring a certain amount of realistic or reality to this idea of changing the world. The world is changing with or without us. So it's, I think it's also good to get on the side that's changing in the positive direction on that ascension timeline. And also realizing that there's going to be a lot of people that just are not going to change, that they're not meant to change. They're meant to be on this other timeline, this technocratic, dense timeline where they're learning very slowly. And so that's where they're at. We have to honor people's paths. And so, um, yeah, that's I just had this, that just felt like it needed to be said. So the system is changing, and maybe you're meant to change it a little faster. It feels like that's part of what I do, is helping to accelerate this timeline, and helping people to learn how to master and manage their energies. So I'd be curious to hear how you would like to change things. What is it that you would do? Oh, here it is. I would love to align my soulmate. Do you mean you want to change your soulmate, or align to a soulmate that you don't have yet? Because we really are, that's if aligning your soulmate, that's his job. So Yeah, just say it. All right, so you'd like a scan, Polka USA. So you're grounded, that's great. Good earth, no worry circle, heart's grounded, infinite rings. This is all from pure source. I just had to double check. Um, yeah, your energy is really high vibing, really looking good. Um, yeah, I think I think less than 20%. Oh, 20% want to change. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 15%. Some are just a lot of the people are already on the path of change. So you do ceremonies and create a bridge with indigenous communities. Excellent. Yes, I've spent some time in the jungles of Peru with plant medicines, and um, that's a great bridge. Yeah. Welcome, Pete. Haven't seen you in a while. And one other, Jen Looky Looky would like a scan. All right, let's looky looky at Jen. All right, so you're grounded. Good job. Also, no worry circle and infinite rings. Heart is 100% open. The circle of reciprocity is flowing, giving and receiving. And heart 100% open and 100% flowing. So that's great. Yeah, good to see you too, Pete. So that's Jen looking good. Let's see if there was something that you would wanted help with. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. At your root chakra second layer, there's some fear there. Black boxes, there's about 20 of them that are kind of keeping you afraid to take a next step. There's a next step that you're looking at, but you can't quite seem to either be motivated, or maybe you're waiting for some information, and so it's really hard for you to take that next step. But that's why is these black boxes in your root chakra. You're welcome. Let's see what else we have over here. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's Krita, who would like to get a scan on his ex. All right, let's see. Well, she is not grounded. It's not grounded. Rings, 2, heart, 15% open. The other part that I want to check though is if she's still connected to you. Yes, so she's still courting to your crown with a fear, maybe fear of not being in your life. And so when people are courted at the crown, they're trying to be the boss of you. They're trying to control or manipulate you from like a I own you, like a puppet kind of level. It's a little different than when people are trying to control you from the solar plexus. That's more of your power chakra. This is more like I own you. So 7, she's also courting to your heart with fury. So she's trying to make, maybe you call her your ex. So maybe the split is she's trying to make it your fault. Uh, solar plexus, more fury. That's a control mechanism there. And root chakra, more fury. So that would all be helpful to pull all of those out, never cut those cords. And then also the unresolved past lives. So you have 3 with her, and she has 5 with you. So that also needs to be cleared. In your root chakra, second layer, there's some black boxes, about 20, and let's see, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's mostly where the unresolved past life stuff is, in your heart chakra. I mean, root chakra. Yeah, that's about it. Well, I've not so thanks for asking. I've not done a channeled message before, but, Spirit said I should. I just do what I'm told, you know? I listen, I do what I'm told. I am often the passenger in my life and just, always, "Oh, we're doing this now. Oh, we're going over here. Look what's happening now." So, I'm just sort of the passenger of my life, and so, they said to do a channeled message, and so whatever that means, they have a message that they want to deliver to you. So let's see what that is. So hang on just a second, and we'll see what they have in store for you. Um, hmm, yeah. Hmm, okay. Hmm. Okay, good. So the two places that they want you to be aware of, this is kind of what you're all working on, what you came here today for, is there's an influence at your crown, and this showed up for many of the people here. There's an influence at your crown that's out to the third layer of your aura. And this energy is trying to make you believe that you are powerless over what you see going on the planet. So that's a lot of optics. It's designed to keep you afraid, it's designed to keep you angry. These are the energies that the dark side feeds on. And so the less you can involve yourself in anything that is dark on the internet, um, like, of course, everything that Epstein has done is horrific. Um, but when we focus our attention there, we continue to reinforce those dark energies. So they're saying to disconnect from all of the negative things that are happening on the internet. Uh, So that's one piece of information that they're giving around realizing that we are far more powerful than we can ever imagine. And the ways that they are infiltrating and have for a very, very long time. There's a whole architecture of how they've been controlling us. Uh, that is what's going on in your crown chakras. So this is where they've been owning us. We've this has been a slave planet for a long time. The other place that they want to bring your attention to is at the root chakra. At the root chakra, also the third layer, and this energy is keeping us afraid of stepping into our power. And they're talking about the energy of joy as being not only a good motivator, but it's also an energy that brings you up into higher frequencies. This is the energy that can be calibrated and finding the places that are infiltrating, which are mostly at the root chakra. Most of the architecture that they use to control humanity is right at the root chakra. And over this past week, there have been new revelations of the deepening of this architecture that's held in place with booby traps. So you clear an energy and then it will cause curses over in another place. Sometimes there are locks, sometimes there are reinstalling loops. And so this is not to make you afraid, it is to make you more aware of what's going on in our energy field that we have control of. We just have to become more aware so that we can know what to do next. Let's see what else they have for you. Yeah, they're saying joy and pleasure, super important energies. And both higher frequencies and both way more fun. It's a way more fun way to enjoy and live life. So find the things that bring you joy and pleasure and um, stay close to that. All right, friends, I will see you back next Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m., always Pacific time. And if you're interested in joining us for a live activation, so here I'm looking at things that are live, looking at you in live time. However, once a month, I do a live clearing. And it's always on the first Thursday of the month. You can go to my website, KimberlySherry.com, and look under the luminary activation. So that's what we do once a month, first Thursday. And this next month, March 5th, we are going to be focusing on the prosperity threshold. So we are going to be activating this threshold where a lot of people have been sort of on the other side of prosperity and abundance and really stepping into all of that. So we're going to be crossing that threshold, raising our money frequencies in that luminary activation. And if you're interested in going deeper in March, every other month, we do a 12-day deep dive. You can also find that on the website as well to find out more of. It's just going to be an extension of this money frequency. We're stepping into spring. That's the time to launch new programs, products, things. And so we're going to be working all the layers that prevent that for 12 days. So maybe you'd like to find out more about that on the website as well, KimberlySherry.com. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed night, day, wherever you are. Namaste. Okay, bye.